mind is full of thoughts, full of emotions, full of plans, worries, memories, and noise. And most people carry that weight silently until it becomes confusion, until it becomes stress, until it becomes anxiety that you can't explain and can't escape. But what if I told you there's a simple, sacred practice that can clear your head, unlock your emotions, sharpen your decisions, and strengthen your mind? You don't need an app, you don't need a therapist, you don't even need to leave your room. You just need a pen and a few honest minutes. Let's begin. Journaling isn't just for writers, it's not just for those going through pain. It's not about grammar or structure or being poetic. It's about making the invisible visible, turning thoughts into clarity, turning emotions into understanding, turning chaos into order. When you journal, you take what's inside and bring it out. And that simple act builds a stronger, more self aware, and more peaceful mind. Let me share a classic story. In the 1600s, a French philosopher named Blaise Pascal wrote, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. And yet, when we do sit, we get overwhelmed. The thoughts race, the mind loops. We don't know what to do with it." That's where journaling becomes a spiritual discipline. The great Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius kept a journal. It's now known as Meditations. He didn't write it for others. He wrote it for himself to face his fears, examine his judgments, and remind himself of who he wanted to be. And today, almost 2,000 years later, we still read those entries because honest writing doesn't expire. Now let's take a modern example. Tim Ferriss, best-selling author and entrepreneur, calls journaling the most important habit of his life. He says, "It's where I untangle the spaghetti in my head." He uses it not just for goals, but to process fear, make decisions, and stay grounded. Many CEOs, athletes, and creatives have one thing in common. They write, not for the world, but for clarity, and clarity is power. Now let's take a look at the science. Psychologists at the University of Texas found that writing about your thoughts and feelings strengthens your immune cells, reduces stress, and even improves sleep. Journaling activates the prefrontal cortex, the rational, conscious brain. It helps you process emotion, reduce rumination, and gain perspective. Another study in psychological science found that students who wrote expressively before an exam performed better because it helped them reduce performance anxiety. Writing clears mental RAM. You stop looping and start leading. Now let's go deeper spiritually. In Islam, the Prophet Muhammad would retreat in solitude and reflect deeply before the Quran was revealed. While he didn't keep a journal in the modern sense, his reflections became revelations, documented for clarity and connection. In Sikhism, introspection is encouraged. The Sikh Code of Conduct recommends daily self-examination, asking yourself if you've lived aligned with truth, compassion, and the Guru's wisdom. In Judaism, the tradition of Cheshbon Hanefesh, an accounting of the soul, involves writing down your actions, thoughts, and goals each day. It's self-auditing with God in mind. In Christianity, spiritual journaling has long been used by saints and mystics, writing prayers, questions, doubts, and guidance from the Holy Spirit. In Hinduism, sages and yogis write down mantras, reflections, and insights to deepen their sadhana, spiritual practice. And in Buddhism, monks are trained to observe thoughts and document mental patterns to cultivate mindfulness and right intention. Across traditions, one truth is clear: an examined mind becomes a peaceful mind, and journaling is examination with love. Let me share a personal insight. There were times when I had ideas but couldn't act on them. emotions but couldn't name them, dreams but no plan. Then I began journaling, simple, honest, private. Some days I'd write a single line: I don't know what I feel today. Other days I'd pour out the whole storm. And in that storm, I'd always find one clear sky. Because the page doesn't judge you, it reflects you, it reveals you, and in that revelation you grow stronger. Now, let me give you 5 ways to build a daily journaling practice that will strengthen your mind and change your life. Number 1, start with one prompt. If you don't know what to write, ask, what am I thinking right now? What am I feeling? What do I need to hear? Let that question open the door and walk through with honesty. Number 2, keep it raw, not perfect. Don't worry about spelling. Don't edit. Write as you speak, as you think, as you feel. This is not performance. This is presence. Number 3, use the 3-line rule. On busy days, just write. 1 sentence of how you feel, 1 sentence of what you're grateful for, 1 sentence of what you intend to do today. That's it. 3 lines, and your mind resets. Number 4, reflect. Don't just record. Don't just say what happened. Ask why it mattered. What did it teach you? How did it change you? Growth lives in reflection. Number 5, end with truth. Every entry, finish with a sentence that lifts you, a prayer, a reminder, a declaration. I am still growing. God is with me. I choose peace today. Let that be your signature. Let's take a pause. If you already journal, or you're about to begin, type I write to grow in the comments. And if this message is helping you build your mindset, please hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to put their thoughts on paper. Now, let's go deeper still. Why does journaling really build a stronger mind? Because it helps you develop 3 inner powers. Self-awareness, you start noticing patterns, triggers, truths you were avoiding. Emotional regulation, you express without explosion, you process without projection. Mental resilience, you learn to think through problems instead of being buried by them. You stop reacting from confusion and start responding from clarity. Because when you write, you slow down, you face yourself, and you build a relationship with your own mind. Let me leave you with a powerful closing thought. Your journal is your mirror. But unlike the mirror in your bathroom, this one doesn't show your face. It shows your spirit. It shows where you've been hiding, what you've been holding, and where you're ready to grow. You don't have to share it. You don't have to publish it. You just have to write it, because one honest page can bring more clarity than 100 opinions. So tomorrow morning, before the world enters your mind, enter your own. Pick up the pen and return to your truth. Because a strong mind isn't just built by reading or listening, it's built by reflecting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Amit Kainth, The Mindset. Until next time, write freely, write honestly, write your way home.